Hi, this is a little introduction to one of your big resources you'll be using this year, your textbook. Now, this is a video that helps for all sorts of these textbooks. So if you have not this America book, but a Give Me Liberty, don't worry, all of this still applies to you as well. You'll be getting 2 access codes from your teachers, and that's where this getting started thing will help you out. You're going to be getting first a code to get into the book and see, should be very similar to what you're seeing here. Then you'll be getting a certain code for your teacher's class you'll be joining. So your teacher will be providing those 2 sets of numbers. This is actually a very, very helpful tool. It's something I wish I had when I was in high school. It really makes a textbook become and feel more organic, more alive. And I want to show you some of the functions that it has. These are the 3 tabs we'll really be focusing on today. This ebook tab, this inquisitive tab, and this student site tab. So the ebook's where we're going to start. It's really, there you go. You won't have to worry about that, don't worry. It's really the textbook itself. So this is just a order of events here. Part 1, chapter 1, and anything's clickable to just jump in. I'm just going to start with part 1, chapter 1. And when you enter the book, it looks like just any book you would have normally opened up in front of you, right? Here's the title, you get the images, and you see writing right here. Now, what makes this different than just a normal textbook is the interactive elements of it. You see an image, you can click on it, enlarge it, zoom in on certain areas. Really cool. You can also start to engage with the text in ways that make it much more approachable. For me, I always would just find myself tuning out of reading if I didn't have some way to kind of interact with the book to make my learning less passive, more engaged. And there's totally ways you can get there with this book. What I like to do is if you click, you see these 3 arrows on the top left. I'm sorry, these 3 lines. When you click on that, it gives you first a table of contents, just like we started, but also a very useful search feature. So maybe there's a question I don't know, and I know the topic though. Maybe I'll do the Boston Tea Party. Search that, and it takes me directly to all the places in the book in which the Boston Tea Party is mentioned. And they're even clickable. I want to go right somewhere, click on it, boom, look at that. I got something right away. Very, very helpful for finding information quickly. If you do like what you see, you can use this next tab to actually bookmark the page, or even this last tab to write yourself little notes. Maybe this will on the test, question mark. And that's how you're able to really insert these kinds of ideas directly into your reading. Now, what I think is more important than that, if I'm jumping back to the first page here, is the way you're able to really leave your mark on what you're reading. If I read a sentence and feel like it's super important, I can highlight it, and I actually have here 3 different possibilities to highlight it. So I know going back later it's something I should focus on. If I don't like the highlight, I can always highlight it, get rid of it again. There's also great ways where if you highlight something and want it read to you, that's a possibility. That's this ear function right over here. You can even change the voice and the speed it's read to. It's very, very helpful. You might also find that your instructor is going to write out and leave you notes, something to focus on. This is also where, as I focused earlier, you can write your notes. So as I typed it earlier, this is where you'd actually do the typing. You would highlight something and be able to then leave yourself a little note, which is very, very helpful. Definitely makes it, yeah, see exactly right here. Maybe this will be on the test. That's great, because now you made yourself a little note. Whenever you go to check your notes later, you can see exactly where they are. You can even then use the search function there. So that's what we're really shooting for there, is trying to make the text feel a little more like, something that is yours. Something you also notice as you start to go through these sections is that there are usually videos. So this is actually the start proper of the next section. So you see your core objectives, you see your video introduction, and these are great ways to turn this from simple trying to read and just get through the day to something that actually speaks to you a bit more. Now going back to the other tabs, notice that I'm not hitting the back button here. I'm actually going to the other old tab. I'll hit digital resources. You'll find these other two very useful ones. Inquisitive is how you can actually kind of be shown and given assessments for different readings. This is a very unique kind of question answer model that has a walkthrough for you. So you'll definitely want to use this one first. This is how to use Inquisitive. It's a very simple process of demonstrating what you've learned. It even allows you to, when you get asked a question, click on the section of the book that the question's referring to. It'll take you right where you need to read. Lastly, if you're still looking for help, textbooks kind of lean you nowhere, the Inquisitives are being too difficult, the student site can help you a ton as well. Inside the student site, there's a set of author videos. So right here, you can see each chapter actually has their own set you can watch. So what we're really trying to say here is that the information can be accessed in plenty of manners. You can manipulate the text how you see fit and really make this more your book than anything else. So it's new right now, but as the year goes on, you'll become more and more comfortable with the process.